I'm a content creator and blogger. For me, I started my Instagram account because I have a love of fashion. And I worked for many years in and out of the fashion industry as a model. So not only in the region, but internationally in Europe, Asia, Canada as well. I'm fortunate that I've been able to work, see the behind the scenes makings of a fashion shoot. So I know the different roles that everybody plays, and I just love that feeling of everybody coming together and putting something out there. My Instagram is mainly to show about style. Starting an Instagram account, a blog, I think that being consistent is really, really important.
Hi guys, welcome back to OOTD Bostonian podcast. Today we have a special guest. She's a writer, content creator, based in Boston. Hi Jaimie, would you mind to tell us more about yourself?
Hi, well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. And I also really want to thank you for all that you're doing for the Boston blogger fashion community. You've created a forum and a platform where kind of everything can come together and people can share their ideas and, their images together. So thank you. As far as I go, I'm a content creator and blogger. I don't love the term influencer, but I guess that's something that kind of gets lumped in with the job. For me, I started my Instagram account because I have a love of fashion. And I worked for many years in and out of the fashion industry as a model. So not only in the region, but internationally in Europe, Asia, Canada as well. And when I had my second daughter, I just realized that it was a lifestyle I just couldn't keep up, and nor did I want to. I'm sure that some of our friends that are models and in the fashion industry can relate that it's a very tough and competitive industry. But not only that, it's very last minute. Sometimes you don't know your schedule until the night before. There's a lot of travel, and that just wasn't something I could continue doing as a mother of two. So I thought about how I could still participate in the fashion world, and that's kind of when the idea came to start a blog. And it was just a way to put my own thoughts out there and be creative, and it ended up kind of turning into a lot more than that. The market kind of speaks for itself, and I do have a background in business. So when I started seeing that not only was what I'm putting out there was interesting to other people, I thought, well, maybe this is something that I can do kind of on the side, but it's become a full-time job for me now.
Oh, that's great. So you are a model. I just know that. What inspired your style? Like how long you've been modeling as well?
Well, I don't really do much modeling anymore. I do still maintain an agency, and the odd time if they call me and it makes sense, I will go and do a job. But my primary focus now is my family and my blog. It's become a full-time business, and it takes up most of my time. And it's really my creative passion. I think when you talk about inspiration, I've been reading Vogue magazine since I was 12 years old. I've always loved fashion, and it wasn't necessarily always just the clothes. I loved reading the behind the scenes. So the creative team, the makeup artist, the producer of the shoot, the creative director, the photographer, all the people that came together to produce the shoot really was what intrigued me. So in today's world, when you're a content creator, you kind of have that ability to take on all those hats yourself. And it's a lot of work.
Yes.
But you have the ability to play all of those roles and put your images out there. So that's really appealing to me. And it's a place where I feel like I've drawn a lot of inspiration from, is not just like the fashion designers, not just the models, but the people behind the scenes that do the work. I'm fortunate that I've been able to work, see the behind the scenes makings of a fashion shoot. So I know the different roles that everybody plays, and I just love that feeling of everybody coming together and putting something out there.
Yeah, that's so excited. I also like really love what kind of like fashion industry works, right? Like behind the scene, like how people, especially like in the runway, like people really intense, like okay, working together, like models and the designer, and it's kind of like last minute to see everything's put together and see the show.
Definitely. Now I have to ask you, this is so old school, but have you ever seen or heard of the Isaac Mizrahi documentary called Unzipped?
I haven't watched it, kind of.
I'll DM it to you, but
Yeah.
for the people watching this, so Isaac Mizrahi is a fashion designer. He was huge in the 90s, and he released a documentary on the behind the scenes making of a fashion collection. And there's this part at the end where it's behind the scenes of the show. And this was in the 90s, so it's all the supermodels. It's called Unzipped, and it's a great movie. It's a great documentary to kind of see how all of that fashion world business went on. Now it's changed a lot since then, but it's a really fun movie to watch.
I will watch it for sure. So you're a writer, like you write your blog and you're a beauty and then lifestyle blogger. How you separate your
Well, it's kind of differs from day to day, I guess, prioritizing. There are some mornings where I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning because that's the only time that I can get work done before my kids get up.
yeah.
But it's really just about a lot of time management. And I know that sounds like an easy answer to say, but it really is the truth in terms of just figuring out like what's critical. And also I've been using for our fellow blogger friends, I've been using a content calendar a
Oh,
lot more than I used to. And I found that that's been really helpful. It takes a little bit of work at first to put together, but it's well worth it.
right now, like Instagram have another side, like we can like write down everything and then just post it in time, like there. Yes, it's
But sometimes, you know, something will come up and I'll just be like, oh, I want to post this. I'm inspired to post this right now. So I will do that. One thing that I've been doing a lot more is posting kind of daily life stuff on stories. So I don't always have the time to do highly produced stories. And I see some people doing it and I'm just like, wow, this is amazing work, but I just don't have the time. So I've been doing things like a morning chat in the morning. So while I'm doing my makeup, I'll get my stories going and I'll just say hello and talk a little bit. And I find it's been really nice because it kind of creates that behind the scenes feeling that we were talking about before. And I really enjoy that kind of real talk.
yeah, that's really great actually to build also with your audience, like how what are you doing and then your daily activity that they can see as well.
Yeah, and I think people like that. I mean, I love watching other people's stories and seeing what, you know, what's going on in their daily life.
That's true. Yeah. Especially right now during this pandemic, a lot of people like put their stories, like what they're feeling right now. And then it's real helpful to build up like to express ourselves for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And it's the Instagram community, I've found it to be very supportive. And because I'm a mom, I do have a lot of connections to other moms on Instagram. And you know, we're all in it together. I mean, no matter if you're a mom or not, it doesn't matter if you're a mom, but we're just like all going through this, every person on planet Earth all together at the same time. And it's been really nice to see that commonality, because right now that's the one thing everybody has in common right now is we're all dealing with COVID.
Yeah, that's true. Like COVID changed everything, especially our routine as well. Like it's changing, and then we need community to keep up ourselves. Like yeah, it's hard.
Sure.
Like the next question that we would like to ask: do you find it hard to be a blogger in Boston?
I think it really doesn't matter where you live in terms of the broader scale. As far as Boston goes, I think we're really fortunate that it's a smaller community, but it's a very supportive community. I remember when I was doing a lot of modeling and acting, I would go to auditions, and the other people, the other women that were auditioning were so kind and always willing to share. And I do feel like that's something that's really unique about our region. So we may not have as much going on as a New York or a Los Angeles, but there is that sense of community that we have.
Like Boston community, even though like we are small, but like everyone help each other to grow. Like comment and then likes, it's kind of support that we can like grow it with each other.
Yeah, it's nice. And you especially, I mean, thank you for all that you're doing to
Uh,
help
yeah.
create this platform and this larger messaging for all of us here in the area.
So we actually like really great as well. Like this community is very supportive each other. That's why like we can grow together. Especially like patient community in Boston is not that big. It's not that much as well. Like we need to find people like who have like the same kind of like similarity, like what we want to express together.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'd say you're doing a good job. I really like when you do you kind of pick a theme, like white dresses or denim, and then you showcase a whole bunch of different bloggers putting their style spin on that. I really love flipping through the carousel and seeing like, oh, who am I going to recognize? And I find new people to follow as well. When
Yeah,
I do that, I always end up following new people off of your account.
thank you. Yeah, that's actually exciting when you saw like people, oh, they have like so this time, like this week, these people, so many people like wearing white, especially this summer, like a lot of people do picnic and white dress. So, like it's so exciting like to see a lot of people come together with this similarity, like kind of style, but they actually can mix and match their own style as well, like to express their style.
Right. Yeah.
On your IG, what do you want to represent? Meaning like when people click on your IG because you also like lifestyle blogger.
Well, I think primarily, and I think hopefully this projects, is that my Instagram is mainly to show about style, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm multidimensional as a woman, and I know that you are, and every other woman is as well. So I like to show the real kind of real life, but elevated, like inspiration. So I find inspiration looking at other people's Instagrams, and I hope when people look at mine, they see something that might inspire them to try something new or make their life a little easier, add a little sparkle to their day, but at the same time not feel like it's unattainable. Being relatable is something that I hope people get a sense of when they look at my feed, because at the end of the day, I am who I am, and that's a suburban mother too that loves fashion, and I'm just having fun with it. So I know that there's a lot of other women out there that can relate to that, and I kind of feel like we're all on that level. We're all trying to do our best, and we find inspiration from one another.
That's true. I love your IG as well, like the way you style. It's easy to mix and match, and then it's kind of like daily style that we can put it together as well. Like we have it in our closet, and we okay, I can mix these clothes, and then it's really simple, and then it's easy to mix and match.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I hope for. People are busy, and we all love to shop for new clothes, but when we're busy, and especially during these stay-at-home times, you want to look good, but you want to feel comfortable. You want to be able to go hang out with your friends, but you also want to be able to sit at home on your back porch and hang out. So I just try and show looks that are easily go from one place to another.
And do you have favorite place to shop in Boston?
Well, I love shopping on Newbury Street. There's a wide assortment of stores that we are fortunate to have in the city, and I do enjoy shopping down there. I also like the architecture, the feel of it. So I would say that's probably where I like to shop.
I also love Newbury Street, a lot of store, like there's a lot of things that we can see, and then the architecture there, like it's very different. We have like the bridge, and then if we go another side, like the public library as well, like there's a lot of place to take a shot as well.
Oh, yes, I love shooting on Newbury Street. I think Boston has a very unique look to it. You know,
Yeah.
there's cobblestone buildings in New York and other places, but I feel like the architecture in Boston is so unique and so elegant. So I love taking advantage of that and using, you know, around the Commonwealth and the park there. Um, I do also love shooting down at the seaport, but I've had some really windy days where it's been so windy that my hair is just all over the place. So I guess it depends on the day.
Yeah. But Seaport also like have a lot of things like to shoot, especially they have like uh Boston view, like you can see Boston view from down there.
Fortunate to have so many like really unique places to shoot in.
Do you wanna share like what you wanna share to our new influencer? Do you have anything to share to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think that starting an Instagram account, a blog, those are things that you can do on your own time. And it really is the type of activity that whatever you put into it, you're going to get out. I think that being consistent is really, really important because the main thing that, you know, as a content creator and influencer, you have to build trust with your audience. So if you're consistently posting, if you create kind of a two-way dynamic, like it's not always about what you're doing, but you include your audience in your questions, you poll them in your stories, and then you follow up with, you know, further information about what you talked about, then you start to create a two-way dynamic where people are like, oh, you know, she was talking about that before, and they continually watch your stories because you're making them feel as if they're part of the discussion. And well, you're not making them feel, they are part of the discussion, and they should be part of the discussion because you should be looking to your audience to see what it is that they want to hear about, what you should be sharing. I mean, you have to maintain an authenticity, of course, but if you want to build a true following, then I think just like you would listen to your friends, like, where do you want to go for dinner? Of course, you're going to take their opinion into consideration. So it's the same thing on Instagram. And another thing that I've really been learning a lot about for bloggers is search engine optimization. So SEO, when I initially started my blog, I didn't quite understand the importance of it, but I have to say that it really is so important to ensure that you have an SEO strategy in place, because you can have the greatest content in the world, but if nobody's seen it, it doesn't really matter. So there are a lot of different courses online that you can take. You can hire somebody to help you with that. You just kind of reading a little bit about it and installing a plugin like Yoast is something that he has a first. So there's the business side of blogging that I think people should, you know, people that are looking to getting into blogging should really keep that in mind.
Yeah, especially Instagram, they always change the algorithm, so we have to keep it up our work because yeah, every year it's different. So we have to learn more and more, and then exchange like information between like our audience is also important.
Right. Yeah, but don't, I mean, if you're really wanting to do this, don't forget about your blog, because you do have control over what goes out on your blog. And I think that sometimes we get caught up in the social media side of things because it's so important to have a presence on social media. But you can really do some amazing things with your blog if you understand how search engine optimization works, and you have consistent branding and you're consistently putting out blog posts, because Google is similar to Instagram in that it favors people that are regularly posting content. So if you're regularly putting out a blog post, even if it's just once a week, that's going to help Google view your site as something that's authentic and authoritative.
Yes, that's true. I learned a lot today, like about SEO as well, because like we do have a blog, but we haven't like post like a while. it's kind of hard for blog. I mean, writing down and then the SEO. I don't really. I still learning as well, like how to put the SEO as well to keep up for the blog and stuff. It's kind of hard.
It is hard. It's like a whole new study,
Yeah,
like a whole
I
new area of study on its own. So I feel you. I feel you. But I've really come to see that it's if you're really wanting to do this seriously, that it's an important part of the whole side of it. But just have fun.
well, for your time and then really great to like having conversation with you. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah, well, thank you, Gabrielle. I hope the time will come where we can meet live one day.
Yeah, I know, like probably next year. I hope
Yeah, it might be a while. You'll have to have like a party or something like that. Things are slow right now, but keep us posted.
Yeah, sure. Hope next year gonna be great.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your
Yeah,
day.
you too. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.